All of this has come down from weeks and weeks to 2 hours to make a decision on your day of what you're gonna do. That's fun.
Mystery destinations, no practice time. That's what makes them the best of the best. That's what makes them elite fishing league anglers.
It's gonna take 10 fish to win this. 10 fish. I had 3. I figured I needed to catch 7 more fish to have a shot.
Welcome to the Tidewater Boats Elite Fishing League presented by Yamaha Outboards. My name is Pat Malone, and this is the Winning Ways episode where our focus is strictly on the champion and what it took for him to hoist the trophy at the end of his round.
This EFL is very new to all of us. We're all used to fishing tournaments, you know, regular redfish tournaments. So we get this call on Saturday and said, hey, look, you're gonna meet at this location. And you're like, okay, boy, once you get that call, as a fisherman, I'm just trying to figure out what I'm gonna do, where I'm going. Everybody's on a level playing field. So it doesn't matter whether you're a local guy or not, because leading into it, nobody knows anywhere where they're going.
Everybody has to adapt to the same area during the same time with the same amount of pre-fishing, which is none.
So we leave from LaBerge in Lake Charles, Louisiana, and we start driving west. Now, my thought process is where I'm going. I cross the state line, well, guess what? We drive right on through Bay City, right on through Port Arthur. I'm like, gee, where are we going? Out in the middle of nowhere, and we come to this beautiful lodge out in the middle of cow pastures. Now the brain starts working. Where are we going from here?
Mystery destinations, no practice time. That's what these guys are good at. That's what makes them the best of the best. That's what makes them elite fishing league anglers.
The tournament director, Pat, he says, I'm gonna tell each guy what group you in. I wake up early. We get up at 4 o'clock. We gotta meet at 4:30. And I walk outside, I just start noticing every light in every cabin is on. I'm like, what's going on with this? Well, we got a curveball. We all sitting out there underneath the fire. All of a sudden, he pulls out a bucket and we have to draw to see what round we fish in. Then we get to find out who we fishing against at that point. It just made it exciting because honestly, when everybody went to bed, everybody thought they was fishing that next day and half the guys didn't. That just made it fun and exciting.
Today you are fishing in Zone 1, Calcasieu.
Y'all boys better watch out. My official is telling me the boundaries. Hey, you have from here to here to here to here. And now the whole thought process goes in because for the past week, 2 weeks, I've been thinking about just a wide range of area where we were gonna have to fish. Now I got from here all the way narrowed down to here. Stay tuned for the very first day. Do I wanna go to the jetties? Do I wanna go to the lake? Do I wanna go to the marsh? Do I wanna go to the intracoastal? Throw a popping cork? All this is going through your head. And now you basically have an hour and a half ride and a 30-minute pre-fishing, so you have 2 hours. All of this has come down from weeks and weeks to 2 hours to make a decision on your day of what you're gonna do. That's fun. Kind of have a little bit of everything ready to go. And of course, what I do is I look at Freddie Fredericks' boat and see what he's got tied on, and that's what I want to throw.
Oh, no, Dwayne. You're good enough on your own. You don't need me.
This has been the most productive bait in red fishing right here. Right here, we got the Ripple Mullet Morning Glory. This is a, ooh, Lord, one of the best baits you can have. When you look at the borders that we have the boundaries we have to fish within, well, from one end to the other end is every bit of 30, 40 minutes. So you're like, okay, what am I gonna do with 30 minutes? I mean, to me, I was like, I'm gonna go back to the things I know and go back to what I've done in past years. It's gonna be slow fishing right now. We're just trying to locate where they're at. I would say right now, we got an incoming tide. And I would say the fish are in the back. I kind of felt that's where they'd be. They'd be back here because incoming tide, the fish want to push in as far as they can. Okay, I'm like counting down. I'm like, I'm gonna have the first fish on the board because I guarantee you most of these guys are still trying to figure out what they're doing. Well, lo and behold, time starts. I start throwing the popping cork. Nothing. Nothing.
All the anglers are still tied at 0.
That's good news. And the thing about it is, I done threw it 15, 20 fish. I mean, soft. I mean, this fish right here. Just gonna be patient and I finally catch a fish. I reel this fish in, I'm excited. I'm like, oh yeah. 2 pounds, 8 ounces. I'm like, oh man. But that's okay, Those scab broke the ice. We got the morning glory. Morning glory worked in the morning, and we got the fish unscorable, but we saw some fish. We know what to do now.
Born in the South, crafted with distinction, engineered to fish. Tidewater Boats has developed into the fastest growing marine brand. Pleasure fishing boats 18 to 32 feet. Whether you are on the water with family and friends or tournament fishing, Tidewater Boats. See a local dealer and pick out yours today. Tidewater Boats is the official boat of the Elite Redfish series.
At the pinnacle of super high output, 4-stroke outboard performance, you'll find Yamaha VMAX SHO. Yamaha's game-changing SHO technology. From exhilarating V6 models to the sleek inline 4s, there's a VMAX SHO for everything from bass to bonefish. It's an extended family of 4-strokes engineered for lightweight, inspiring performance, and rock-solid reliability. Discover VMAX SHO and elevate your expectations.
When you make your living on the water, you don't get rain delays. We trust Frog Togs to keep us out on the water and in the boat, even on wet and cold days. The all-new Pilot Pro series features maximum water holdout, industry-leading breathability, and zip-in liners for both jackets and bibs for those frosty mornings. And best of all, it provides rock-solid performance and function. So wear what the pros wear. Visit frogtogs.com to get your gear today.
In this round, we are fishing waters that are just brim full of redfish. But weather changes recently really threw us a curve. One fish, David Christian, kicks it off with a 9.5 pounder, and we feel like it's on.
Yes, sir. As soon as we weigh that fish and I land it and we release it, my marshal says, well, you're the first person on the board. Score tracer, I'm 9.5, everybody else is 0, I'm in the lead.
Catching a fish that size, I'd almost have to catch 2 to even catch up with them. The thing that I liked the most was the fact nobody was catching fish. So I felt like it was gonna be a very tough day.
David rode that 9.5 pounder for 3.5 hours. And guess what? The rest of the field was struggling too. Questions, self-doubt, all that plays into this when you can't find fish, and the ones you do won't bite.
Okay, I gotta make this bold move. I gotta do something. This ain't working out for me. This is not for me. I can't figure it out. So I decide I'm gonna make a 30, 40 minute run to another area that I was familiar with, that I fished in the past, which was notorious for clean water. So we're fixing to go from one end of the boundary to the other end, but we gotta do something. And I felt that by making this move, I would find clean water somewhere in that area. When I get there, 35 minutes later, Bo had already taken the lead. Bo caught 3 fish, back to back to back.
Boom, stick one, 6.75 I think it was. Bam, another 8 pounder. Bam, another 4 pounder. I'm like, oh yeah, got a little pattern going here.
Now I'm sitting in 4th place because 3 guys had fish, and I'm like, oh man, I hope this pays off. The pocket's off to my northwest, but I didn't want to run in there, so I trawl moded all the way in there. It took me 30 minutes to trawl mode all the way in there because I didn't want to run in there. Trawl moded all the way in. Once I got to where I wanted to be, I'm like, okay, I got my drift set up now. Now I'll be able to drift out of here. The wind started picking up. I was able to not use my trolling motor, which was great because now I could sneak up on fish instead of using the trolling motor spooking fish because I'm in a 1.5 foot of water, which is crystal clear. These fish are very, very finicky. Here I go, I'm drifting. All of a sudden I look, there's 4 fish coming at me. 4 tanks. I'm like, oh yeah, this is it. Boy, right now going through my head is like, I just made the right decision. And of course I throw at the biggest fish, and of course he turns off, and I catch a 6.15. I'm like, that's okay, I'm on the board. You know, you kind of broke the ice. You're like, yes, 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 yes. We land the first fish, he's 6'15". I'm all excited. I'm like, yeah. Get back up top, climb back up top. I move maybe, I don't know, it seems like maybe 5 yards. There's another fish swimming. Throw at him, boom, hook him. Reel him in, put him in the net.
6.15.
It might be the same fish. I'm like, y'all got any pictures of that fish? I said, because it might be the same fish. I said, I don't know. I said, but the chance of catching 2 fish exactly, what's the chance of catching a second fish the same exact weight? So even the official said, I said, hey, if we throw him back and we catch him again, he said, you can catch him as many times as you want. I said, well, I hope I keep catching them. Boom, boom, boom. At this point, I'm at 12:30, Bo's at 18 pounds. I'm like, you know, I'm right there. I'm right where I want to be. I'm just 1 fish down. Our break is coming up and I'm like, okay, you know, I just need to catch 1 more. I want to try to at least get, Bo's got 18 pounds. So I go, boom, I stick another one. And now I'm like, oh yeah, and this one was like almost 8 pounds. So I catch that fish, put him in the boat, and I'm like, yeah, I'm either passing Bo up or I'm right there. Well, score tracer update, Bo catches another fish. Bo's got 27 pounds. And I'm like, oh, well, you know what I mean? But at least I just caught that 1 more fish. And what happened is we have like 15, 20 minutes left. And I decided, I said, you know what? I'm just gonna stop right here and just leave it be, let it rest. And after the break, I already have in mind what I'm gonna go do. I'm gonna go back and do what I just done. I just saw 3 fish, and I really didn't even drift where I wanted to fish because I was just kind of staying on the outer edge to see if there was fish on the outer edge because I didn't want to get on the inside yet until I knew it was on the outside. We're sitting in second place right now, right where we want to be. So all we can do is we're gonna come back out here and just do what we was doing. We caught 3 good fish. Whatever's gonna happen on the second round, it's gonna come down to it. So Bo Favre, you better be ready, buddy, because you better bring it the second round.
When you make your living on the water, you don't get rain delays. We trust Frog Togs to keep us out on the water and in the boat, even on wet and cold days. The all-new Pilot Pro Series features maximum water holdout, industry-leading breathability, and zip-in liners for both jackets and bibs for those frosty mornings. And best of all, it provides rock-solid performance and function. So wear what the pros wear. Visit frogtogs.com to get your gear today.
At the pinnacle of super high output, 4-stroke outboard performance, you'll find Yamaha VMAX SHO, Yamaha's game-changing SHO technology. From exhilarating V6 models to the sleek inline 4s, there's a VMAX SHO for everything from bass to bonefish. It's an extended family of 4-strokes engineered for lightweight, inspiring performance, and rock-solid reliability. Discover VMAX SHO and elevate your expectations.
Born in the South, crafted with distinction, engineered to fish. Tidewater Boats has developed into the fastest growing marine brand. Pleasure fishing boats 18 to 32 feet. Whether you are on the water with family and friends or tournament fishing, Tidewater Boats. See a local dealer and pick out yours today. Tidewater Boats is the official boat of the Elite Redfish Series.
Welcome back to the Tidewater Boats Elite Fishing League presented by Yamaha Outboards and this episode of Winning Ways.
So we come in for lunch break, and what's so exciting about it, unlike any tournament, we get to actually sit there with the other anglers, and other anglers are asking questions like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know, even though you're fishing for money, they don't know where you're at. They don't know exactly what's going on. And it's just great friendship amongst these guys. And so now we get to relax, eat, take a breath, and just try to revive ourselves back to getting back on the water and going through our process of what we want to do.
The Tidewater Boats Elite Fishing League presented by Yamaha Outboards, also brought to you by Frog Togs, McClain Trailers, and many other fine sponsors.
Just finished lunch break. We're fixing to come into the second half of our day. Down, I don't know, 7, 8 pounds. It's going to be a dogfight, I think, from what Bo's on. Bo's fishing muddy water, but he said he's right up on the bank. And that's what we was at down there. So we'll see what happens, and we'll go out there and see if we can get her done.
We're coming out of break. We're on our way to the spot, and I tell my official and my camera guy, at that point, I had 3 fish. Bo had 4 fish. I told them, I said, it's going to take 10 fish to win this. Okay, 10 fish. I had 3. I figured I needed to catch 7 more fish to have a shot. The area that I found it was a big old pond, a big old pond. And in the northwest corner, I had a big old grass mat with hydrilla grass. And the good part was the grass was here and I had open water all the way around it. Crystal clear water all the way around it. So, you know, I got a trawl motor in and I want to say 30 minutes into it, boom, I hook another fish. That fish right there put me 0.35 pounds behind Bo. And I'm like, okay, now I'm in real striking distance. I mean, 0.35. But now, you know, going through your head is, am I gonna catch another fish? Is this the way it's gonna end? Is he not gonna catch a fish? I'm not gonna catch a fish. Nobody's gonna catch a fish. I'm gonna lose by 0.35 pounds. You're like, you know, I mean, all of this is, I mean, it's unreal. I've never put pressure on myself fishing, but all this is going through your head. You're thinking the what ifs, the what if this or what if that. Is Bo gonna get on a streak? Is David gonna get on a streak? You know, is Freddie, is Chip, you know, Chuck, is anyone, somebody's gonna find something and just get on a streak. And that's what normally happens.
It's pressure. You know, we like to sit here and say we don't feel the pressure, but we do. I know I do, and I'm sure if I do, they do.
So I end the drift and I go back around and I'm gonna make another drift. And it's, like I said, it's 20, 30 minutes trawl motor in and I go through my next round. Lo and behold, I threw at 2 fish, didn't have any luck. And I was like, I didn't put too much pressure on this spot. I gotta make a move. I got to change something up. I'm in the far northeast corner. I'm gonna go to the northwest corner. The wind was blowing where I was at it out the northwest. So I was like, I'm gonna go to the northwest corner and hopefully I can find the same pattern setup. Well, when I round the corner to go into the back pocket, I see 3, 4 fish push off on my left, and I'm like, oh yeah. So I run all the way into the back, as close as I can to the marsh, because that's where the water's gonna be the clearest. I shut down, and I just start fishing and trawl motoring the shoreline. And on that drift right there, I caught 2 fish and saw 3, 4 other fish, and I was like, this is gonna pay off.
This could be a money fish. This could be the money fish.
So I had a half a mile and I can come back around and make another drift. And one thing about fishing big bodies of water like that, fish gonna replenish. There's plenty of fish out in the middle. They're just gonna move in, move out.
3.75.
Score tracer update. Say, dang, Dwayne. Yep, you got it right. Every 20, 30 minutes he was catching one and he started pulling away a little bit, but even when he was 15 pounds ahead, that's 2 or 3 fish. 2 or 3 fish, that can happen. Turn around one curve and they could be 3 of them sitting right there. You can catch a few fish quick.
Born in the South, crafted with distinction, engineered to fish. Tidewater Boats has developed into the fastest growing marine brand. Pleasure fishing boats 18 to 32 feet. Whether you are on the water with family and friends or tournament fishing, Tidewater Boats. See a local dealer and pick out yours today. Tidewater Boats is the official boat of the Elite Redfish series.
At the pinnacle of super high output, 4-stroke outboard performance, you'll find Yamaha VMAX SHO, Yamaha's game-changing SHO technology. From exhilarating V6 models to the sleek inline 4s, there's a VMAX SHO for everything from bass to bonefish. It's an extended family of 4-strokes engineered for lightweight, inspiring performance, and rock-solid reliability. Discover VMAX SHO and elevate your expectations.
When you make your living on the water, you don't get rain delays. We trust Frog Togs to keep us out on the water and in the boat, even on wet and cold days. The all-new Pilot Pro Series features maximum water holdout, industry-leading breathability, and zip-in liners for both jackets and bibs for those frosty mornings. And best of all, it provides rock-solid performance and function. So wear what the pros wear. Visit frogtogs.com to get your gear today.
I make the move, I catch 2 fish, and I am 9 pounds and change, okay, in the front of Bo. I'm sitting there and I'm saying, you know what? I gotta catch another fish. I gotta catch another fish. And the reason why I'm thinking I gotta catch another fish is because we from 3 pounds to 10 pounds, okay? I'm 9 and change. Bo can catch 1 10-pound fish and take the lead, okay? And the thing about it is you don't know if you're gonna catch another fish. I mean, you know, through your head, you're like, I just wanna be in the lead, but I'm like, Bo can catch 1 10-pounder and take the lead again, and if I don't catch a fish, I don't win. So I just kept saying, I gotta catch another fish, I gotta catch another fish. So after I caught those 2, I make the round, come back, and maybe a couple of minutes into it, boom, I stick that other one. And I'm like, now my confidence is starting to get good because I'm like, okay, now Bo's gotta catch 2 more fish. Gotta catch 2 more fish.
3.95 pounds.
We want to make sure our fish are swimming healthy and all that. There he goes.
We went most probably 30 minutes without catching a fish or anything. And of course, this whole time, all this is going on, there's no score tracer update. Now I'm in my head, you know what? I got to continue to put pressure on. So I made that long drift, didn't catch nothing, came back around, went back in, and I caught 2 more fish. At this point now, I'm at 7 fish, and just kept making that same little run, catch another one, catch another. A little after 3 o'clock, we get an update, and David caught 2 scoreable fish. At this point, David's 23 plus pounds, and Bo's at 27 pounds. And I'm like, oh shoots, this is it. David done found a little groove, and he's, now my thought goes from Bo to David.
Holy smokes, it's a 9.7. It's better than the first one I got. I mean, at this point, I think I'm only about 14 pounds out of the lead.
Okay, Dwayne, it ain't over yet, buddy boy.
And, you know, that's what's so exciting about this, you know. You get the update and you automatically, you got this thought process of this little foggy thing of, oh man, they on them. And I've been on that side of the fence and it's like, God, man, it's like depressing. That's the unique thing about the EFL. You actually get to experience what everybody's doing in the moment. So you know what you got to do. And you know, knowing what you have to do sounds like it's easy because, oh, I just got to go do this. Well, it don't work that way. I mean, you know, now you're putting pressure on yourself, you're fishing faster, you're not, you know, all the things that you've taught yourself, look, take a deep breath, just keep it in the front of you, do what you can do. Well, all this is going through your head. So now you're trying to figure, okay, I need to catch 2 fish, I need to do this, I need to do that. It works on you. I mean, it's there. I mean, even as calm as what I like to think I am, it's still going through your head the whole time. You know, you're 2 fish behind, I'm 3 fish behind, you know, so it's challenging.
For all you folks at home, this is what it's all about. Been doing this 20 years. 20 years, and it's still as exciting as it was on day one. I still feel like that little kid that caught his first fish. That's what it's all about. That's why you're watching. That's why we're doing this for TV.
You know, this being the first EFL, been doing this for a long time, you know, you want to be part of that group that makes that championship round because it's the first time. It's the inaugural one. It's the one, you know. You want to be known as, oh yeah, Dwayne Eschete was the guy that won the first EFL, you know, shootout, you know, I mean, so it's like, that's what you want it to be known as. So, you know, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play this calm, you know, I mean, I'm supposed to do this, right? I mean, nah. But you know, you're like, okay, yeah! Take a deep breath. I'm just 1 step closer, 1 step closer. And one thing about it is just like football, baseball, any sport, you know, it's not what happens at the beginning, it's what happens at the end, where you're at the end. And I'm like, now I actually am one of the guys that's gonna have a shot at that. And once we get there, anything can happen. Anything can happen. I can honestly tell you, I can most probably just do this from here on out because of the fact that I don't have to worry about all the time it takes to go do other tournaments and just focus on this because this is fun. It's not only fishing challenging, it's mental challenging and being able to adapt.
Another exciting Winning Ways episode on the Elite Fishing League. Congratulations, Dwayne. Job well done. Dwayne figured him out and he had what it took to take home the top spot in the Yamaha Shootout. My name is Pat Malone. It's been great being with you. We hope you've enjoyed this look through the eyes of the Winning Ways champion. Join us again next week on the Elite Fishing League and the elimination round number 2 and the angler's last chance to move on to the Tidewater Boats Tour Championship. Please visit EliteFishingLeague.com, and to catch more exciting video content, check out the Elite Fishing League on YouTube. Closed captioning provided by McClain Trailers, the official trailer of the Elite Fishing League.
McClain Trailers, the official trailer of the Elite Redfish Series. Check It Stick, the official measuring system of the Elite Redfish Series.